drive, and I think we've talked about this several times this season, so much confidence in your penalty kill. That stretch of the game where you score and then kill the 3-minute penalty, did it seem like you were a different team after that in terms of the way you were playing your confidence?
It's an important part of the game, that's for sure. They could have gotten away from us there. Offensive zone penalties. Brett scores a huge goal, 4-on-4. And then I just liked our desperation as far as killing the penalties, blocking shots. Really important part of the game.
I'll let you tell me, I know you will. It seemed like you guys almost got back to just playing hockey in the second period and stopped looking for home run hits. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I do think we're almost overextending ourselves in trying to get the big hit instead of just playing. We certainly discussed that as far as we're going to play the way we need to play, but to overextend, guys were falling down. I mean, they're excited to play, and I'm not taking their enthusiasm away. We just need to curb it a little bit at certain times, but they figured it out as the game went on.
Explain the decision to put Alexander Wenberg in the lineup and how you thought he played and helped you, especially in the PK.
Yeah, I'm not going to go. I told you I'm not going to talk about lineups and why I do it. But Wendy certainly helped us with our penalty kill. Again, we needed him tonight in the amount of penalties that we took, and I thought played a pretty good game.
John, Matt Duchene said sometimes he's still fighting it to feel 100% comfortable with this team. How has the fit been from 6 or 8 weeks ago till now?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's from day one. I don't think it's been a bad fit. I think he puts a tremendous amount of pressure on himself. When we started losing after the deadline and struggling as a team, I don't think it was because of the deals. I think it's just a little bit of timing. We weren't playing that well. But the thing I like about Dutchie, he's just a hockey player. He likes talking hockey. He likes watching tape. Very intelligent about the game. I do. I think he puts a lot of pressure on himself to be the best he can be to help his team win.
Hi, John. Through 6 games, we obviously see what Bob has done in net. But tonight, did he reach even a different level than you've seen?
He made some huge saves at key times. Yeah, he is. I think I said it earlier today prior to the game. He's played at a different level, not just playoffs, but the last quarter of the season. He has played at a level that I haven't seen him play at. And as you can see, we're going to need it. It's a good team we're playing against, and we're going to continue to need it as we move forward here in the series.
John, you get contributions from a lot of guys throughout a series, but on a night like tonight, you get 2 goals from Panarin, you get Bob making saves, Seth playing the way he does, Dutchie gets the goal. How much do you need your stars to play like stars on a stage like this?
Yeah, I as I said this morning, I thought we played the second and third period of our last game. I thought we had some good structure. I don't think a lot of guys played well, though. And I thought tonight more people stepped up and were more consistent in their game. We're going to need more. We're going to need more people going, and we're going to need to get it to another level as we keep on going.
When you see a guy like Nash take that kind of hit early on, he leaves the game, he comes back, he finishes it strong. What does that do for his teammates, even just to see him come back?
It's important. It's. I think camaraderie. I think those type of situations when you're in a series, it helps you. It brings your bench together. And blocking shots. I had 1 penalty kill blocking shots. But Nash, he got filled in. That was a big hit, and it took him a few minutes on the bench, and next thing you know, he's ready to play, and played a really good game. Probably one of our most patient guys with the puck, especially in the wall play in our end zone. So that's important stuff as you're trying to find your way in playoffs.
John, in retrospect, how important was it to get a split on the road?
Well, I mean, you need to. You don't want to lose 2 in a row. But I'm not getting off the mindset that our team has as far as just get ready to play the next game. We win this game. I hope they have a ball tonight. And they should. They should feel really good about themselves. But then when we get back to work on Monday, it's getting ready for the next game. So I'm not going to get into if we had lost or won. We're not looking at that. We're taking one game at a time here and just keep on trying to get better.
Seth made the 2 plays along the blue line, both directions, to keep the puck in before Duchesne's goal. You just discussed the night that he had sort of all over the ice in terms of defensive zone. He was taking the body all night.
Yeah, he was. I think he played 35 minutes. I thought he was really good down low as far as closing people out. Not only closing people out, but then coming up with the pucks. He's our engine. As far as the tempo we play with, as I've said, he puts up numbers offensively, but I think that something that really goes unnoticed is how consistently he is defending and making big plays at key times defensively.
We're off traveling tomorrow. We will be on the ice at Nationwide Arena on Monday.
First one, I think he fought off Atkinson's hook for about 3 seconds to get a shot off. Great save, and then the play Heinen made was unbelievable save. So, that part of it, in a short sample supply, you can get critical about the lack of production, but sometimes you got to tip your hat to the goalies. They've done a good job against Marshy. I think where they could have been better tonight as a group, but they're part of that group was the power play. Clearly, that's a place to get going offensively, and we didn't execute well enough. We got a goal off of it, but really not nearly to the level those guys have executed all year. Columbus has good sticks, you got to respect that, but we're forcing plays and didn't execute the plays we should, and they're part of that group. So that's where I'd be, if I'm going to lay blame on them, I'd say it's more in that area than 5-on-5. I think they've generated some stuff, just hasn't done it.
Bruce, getting back to Berge and the overtime save by Bobrovsky. At that point, you're thinking we've done enough to win this hockey game, and that's just what happened, or are you looking at other things and saying we need to be better here and there, and thinking about some of the turnovers?
Well, the turnovers happened before that, so you got to move on to the next shift. That was at the end of the day, all 3 goals they scored, we had the puck in our stick. The PK one, we didn't get it clear. They rotated around the first goal by Panarin. The second one by Panarin, clearly a miscommunication turnover deep in our end, about to go on a power play, changes momentum. And then the last one, we did have a chance to clear, they kept it in. We just had a breakdown in our PK structure, unfortunately. But I thought we cleaned it up after 2 periods or whatever it was. I thought our overtimes were excellent in terms of how we defended. We gave up a chance early. McAvoy at the blue line, I think, fought a puck, and they had a 2-on-1. It's hard to fault. That was kind of one of those who's in a tough spot. And then DeBrusk, one explodes off his stick, and they get a chance. Other than that, I thought we were rock solid. So you're usually it's gonna go your way if you don't give up much.
One other thing, early in the game especially, it seemed like they were trying to overwhelm you guys physically, going out of their way to looking for big hits. Did you feel like you guys can do more to exploit some of the out-of-position stuff that happens with that?
I thought, actually, we were the aggressor early, to be honest with you. I thought we had the better hits. We got in, Crowley got a good one early. Chara blew up Nash. I thought we set the tone physically. If they're going to run around, we should be able to break the puck out a little bit easier if we're there first and we are able to divert their first forechecker, but you got to do it within the rules. So they're going to get their hits, we're going to get ours. That's playoff hockey. So But I thought it was both teams trying to assert themselves physically, and I thought each side had their share of hits, and then the game went on. So I didn't see it, that narrative, as them being overly physical. I thought they were typically physical. It's how they play. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that on Tuesday, Thursday, next Saturday. It's kind of their game. Get it behind you, be physical, try to force you into mistakes. And I think when we started eliminating our mistakes, the overtimes, they didn't get much. Like I said, a couple of pucks that hopped off our stick, but that's when I thought we were the better team. We just didn't finish. And then we got into penalty trouble.
On the winner, they make some plays up top on their power play, and then next thing you know, Panarin gets a pretty good chance. Like, do you think there's something that you guys could have done to limit that chance?
Exactly. We got stretched. Our first forward up to Jones is too high. So when they go to Atkinson, he's not able to flip a stick and recover quick enough. Atkinson makes a hell of a play, one touching it through there. And then our other forward was not in the seam. He was too low. So you have one too high, one too low. Bang, bang. It's on net. Our D are out a little too high. Rebound, goal. So real nice play by them. Give them credit. Breakdowns for us. Disappointing. Those killers have been good for us all year. Been very good. So that's where I think the mental part of the game affected us from all our hockey of late into overtime. I thought we made a mental mistake on that. Physically, I thought we were fine. We skated, had our legs, competed hard on pucks, didn't catch up to us, our schedule of late. I thought the mental part did on the PK. Their best player, Panarin, basically beat us twice on the power play. That shouldn't happen unless it's a shot rebound where you're really out of control. But when the situation is in control, that's one thing we wanted to take away. We discussed it before. It didn't happen. We'll address it again, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Take two more.
Seems like David Pastrnak has been a little bit of a ride for you guys. What do you think he needs to do to get going?
Well, he got a goal tonight going to the net. I don't know if he scored or Charlie, whatever, but that's a start. A couple of good forecheck hits, so sometimes you got to bring something else in this type of game. To me, I still think he's indecisive, whether to shoot or pass. You see it on the power play. When it looks like he should shoot, he makes a play, and then when the opportunity to make a play is there, it's forced. So he just has to kind of fight his way through it. We've tried to play him with both Berge and Kretsch, give him centers he's comfortable with, and move him away for a little bit with Coyle. So there's only so much you can do with the personnel in terms of shifting them around. I think at some point it's just a matter of keep playing your way out of it. And hopefully tonight was a start. He did get on the score sheet. And then from there, hopefully it gets going. Maybe, like I said, the power play was my one criticism of our top guys, where they were out of sync and didn't execute well, and it could have been a difference tonight. So they take a lot of pride in that. I'll assume, and that's where I'll put Pass, and that's where I put Berge and Marsh earlier. They're the guys that drive that. So hopefully we're executing better and finishing some plays on that going forward, because it'll help us offensively. I've always found the offensive guys, when they get going, whether it's on the power play, bleeds into 5-on-5, they start to have confidence. So I think that's part of the challenge for us, or part of the solution to your question.
Last one, Mike.
Bruce, you just kind of brought this up at the power play. You used the term out of sync. Is that all it is, do you think? I mean, are there some tweaks or adjustments?
Well, they're pressuring us well, and they have good sticks, right? I mean, their penalty kill is third this year? I think against Tampa, I can't cite the numbers exactly. It sounds like they did a pretty good job. So this is a good kill, and we're a good power play, so we have to find solutions to what they do well, and I think it's pressure appropriately. So the puck has to get moving quicker, and we have to support it better. Us trying to make plays through the seams that are deliberate, it's not going to cut it. We've tried to address that. This isn't one of the weaker kills, you can get away with that. And then shot selection would be the next part of it. Sometimes when you have a good kill, and they're aggressive, you got to shoot, take the obvious shot, recover the puck. We did that well against Toronto. They can be aggressive, shoot, recover, get them out of sync, and then you make your play. Need a little more of that mindset as opposed to overpassing.
Thanks, everyone.